The opinions expressed in the following program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers or Rogers TV.
Welcome back to South Asian Live. I'm your host Yudhvir JASWAL and we are talking about the challenges that the South Asian women entrepreneurs face. एक तो पहले बिजनेस करने का चैलेंज और ऊपर से बीइंग अ वुमन क्या क्या चैलेंजेस आ सकते हैं. बाहर से भी चैलेंजेस हैं, कुछ स्टीरियोटाइप्स भी हैं, कुछ घर से भी चैलेंजेस हो सकते हैं. अक्सर कई बार हम ये सोचते हैं कि ठीक है भाई बच्चों को संभालने का काम तो वाइफ को ही करना चाहिए. जब कैरियर की बात आती है, अगर दोनों के कैरियर्स आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, सो देन हु इज गोइंग टू टेक अ बैक सीट कि ठीक है भाई बच्चों को मैं टेक केयर करती हूँ, मे बी मेरा कैरियर भी उससे दांव पर लग जाएगा. लेकिन आखिरकार ये बहुत सारे इंपॉर्टेंट इश्यूज हैं, आज हम इस पे भी डेफिनेटली बात करेंगे. व्हाट एन इंटरेस्टिंग डे टुडे, 11, 12, 13. लुक्स लाइक अ हॉलीवुड मूवी.
मुझे लगा जब आपने पहले कहा, मुझे लगा कि शायद प्रोग्राम का नाम चेंज कर दिया.
नाम चेंज, 11, 12. That's a new name. 11, 12, 13. That's an interesting day today. अच्छा, that was on a lighter note. नीरज, I'll begin with you कि फैमिली प्रेशर्स भी कुछ ना कुछ होते हैं क्योंकि you have 2 kids, I guess.
I have 2 kids.
2 kids. तो फैमिली प्रेशर्स भी होते हैं, बच्चों को भी देखना है. So balancing work and family commitments, how does that happen?
See, women are not less ambitious. Women are equally ambitious as men. But unfortunately, all the domestic work has been done by women, especially in South Asian community. Please don't take me wrong. Maybe not everybody, but most of the South Asian women, they are expected to work at home and take care of the children. Do you work at home?
not that much.
चाय बनानी आती है?
चाय बनानी आती है. I make tea for.
I will have to ask Preet now.
Yeah, sure. But this is an honest confession that yes, घर का बहुत ज़्यादा काम नहीं आता.
So same thing. My husband did not even know how to make tea when I got married to him. He knows how to make tea now because उनको पता है कि मेरी बीवी.
You trained him.
I trained him to make tea and to make Maggie.
Okay.
So absolutely, there are a lot of hurdles because women are expected to take care of all the domestic work along with children. अगर especially बच्चे को कहीं जाना है, they are not going to say, Dad, I have to go somewhere. They would pick up the phone and say, Mom, where are you? I have to go there. And I have seen many times, if I'm not there when they come home, if my husband is there, they would go, they wouldn't say even hi to him. They would say, where's Mom? What happened to her? Where is she? So it's like expected automatically out of me that I have to be home when they come home. I have to take care of them. I have to drive them to the school. I have to pick them up. I have to drive them to the swimming or to soccer or anywhere. So yes, absolutely, my work suffers because of that. But I've been working in real estate for so long, I know how to work it out now. Right. I know how to take care of my priorities. I always make sure that I book my appointments during the times when I know that my kids will be taken care of by somebody else, or I will be done by then with the kids and then I can go out of my home. Right. But yes, absolutely, women are working double time in Canada.
In Canada. Well, Birji, your work I think must have even more challenges because it's not a very conventional business that you started.
Yes.
क्योंकि real estate is accepted या किसी दे dental दफ्तर जान दिए जी लड़के हो तो ठीक है जी, लेकिन ये तो अपना काम कर रहे पता नहीं पहला तो होता ही सवाल. And then how do you balance your work and family commitments, and especially the challenge that ये थोड़ा business is not a conventional, बड़ा नवा idea, it's a unique idea. Some people may be appreciating, कुछ लोग कहते होंगे ये कड़ा काम हैगा जी.
Yeah. So Yudhvir ji, being a, I can say, traditional South Asian female, and especially the first generation in Canada, it's really tough to get out of your comfortable zone, because I can say mostly in South Asian community, the male is the bread buyer for the family, not the female. So the female is supposed to stay home, take care of the kids, take care of your mother, father, and like take care of all the cooking and everything at home. So it's the main work for the female is given. The way we are raised is the homework, not the doing something outside. So that also comes into my family when it comes to the question of my own kids' time and my family time. So those are the challenges. Definitely, as she said, that because even in my business, I can make the appointments accordingly. But again, there are so many times that I felt it that because being a woman, I have to do too much. I have to take care of the family as well as I'm ambitious. I want to grow my business on. So even if I look around the people who are around me, including my own relatives or my friends and everyone, so they think like, okay, this is not the right thing. Like, okay, going to the dental office, coming home, and that was the main, I can say, the perfect thing so that I can be home. There is nothing challenge in that. So now I'm driving this truck and going wherever, and there is a challenge from the family as compared to the kids and stuff, and then there is the challenge from the relatives and the friends sometimes comes out, the way they assume, or I can say the way they see you as a mobile business person. Yeah. But again, it's, I think, new concept. So with the time, they will know more about it. They will see the positive things coming out of it, and then it's going to go from there.
Both of you used a very interesting word, that is ambitious. Neera ji's highlighted, I'm very ambitious. You've also used the word ambitious. So I will be talking in general. I won't be asking what has happened in your cases specifically. Let's talk in general. I'll ask you first, and then the same question will go to you as well. That in generally, you know, what do you think in the South Asian community when the women are ambitious, but in case they have family pressures, or you know what, the male would say, you know what, somebody has to take care of the kids, somebody has to take care of the family. So then who has to, you know, give in? क्या समझती हैं आप? What is the general trend? कि क्या वहाँ पर कुछ situation change हो रही है कि आज की डेट में जो male counterparts हैं या husband हैं वो compromise कर लेते हैं या नहीं, वही पुराना सिलसिला चला रहा है? It is always the female which has to make a compromise. क्योंकि आप दोनों ने कहा, and I'm glad to hear that, and I totally understand that yes, you know, the females are definitely ambitious. उनका भी मन करता है कि हम grow करें, उनके mind में कुछ हो सकता है. तो general trend क्या है?
Yudhvir, no, I personally feel, it's my perception, I could be wrong, but I personally feel no woman can grow unless she has support from her parents when she's with her parents, from her husband when she's with her husband. I think I was able to achieve what I wanted to achieve just because my husband was very supportive. So if I am, if I'm doing good today, I think the credit goes to the partner as well. And I think yes, today the perception has changed. Husbands are helping their wives to grow more. They understand their ambitions as well. They understand that work, there is a lot of pressure outside. So they try to make things better for their wives. They help in whichever way they can. I think that is the only way a woman can achieve, if the partner is helping her in every way.
I haven't heard of a house husband as of now. मैंने कभी नहीं सुना किसी ने, क्योंकि कई कहते हैं जी what do you do? You know what, I'm a housewife. House husband मैंने कभी नहीं सुना. But नीरा जी कह रहे हैं perceptions change हो रही हैं.
See, that's the point. Like in a traditional Asian, I can say, the houses, the boys are the more dominating. So they are not supposed to take care of the house. So now if the woman is going out, it's the very good understanding between the husband and wife, and then the husband is supporting her well enough, and he's at home in the evening time and the wife is outside. So then he's taking care of the kids, right? And the traditional South Asian way, like which I talk about, maybe my parents or like the older generation, they will not be that happy, and they will say कि ओ करे बैठा हैगा तो ओ बाहर गई हैगी है. Right? So things are changing. It's a long way to go still.
Yes.
Right.
Things are changing because our partners are understandable. See, she's here, I'm here, and it's like 8:30 now.
Right.
So things are changing, but still there's a long way to go. I know a couple of people, like even in my friend circle, who want to do something, but there was a family hurdles, they couldn't do it and all that. But now, because with the time there is an understanding between the partners, and then they tell them like, okay, or the kids are grown up, they don't require to be at home for that many hours, or the kids are in the university, so now they are doing it. So
right.
That's the only thing I can say. But yes, boys are never supposed to be at home. They are supposed to be out, and the woman is supposed to be at home traditionally.
Traditionally, yes. You want to add quickly?
I just want to add a small thing.
Sure.
I don't think it's about domination. She said they are more. I think it's how the guys are being brought up, again, culturally. I know when I was at my parents' home, my mother would ask me to do things, but my brother was never required to do anything. So this is how the boys are brought up in our. I'm not taking my husband's example because it won't be fair, because I've seen even my mother doing it to my brother. So I think it's the cultural thing more than anything else.
It's more of a cultural thing, and you know that's why we chose this topic, South Asian women. What are the challenges that they face today? बातचीत इसके बारे में definitely जारी रहेगी. The all interesting games, the cricket games are also on. अगले segment में थोड़े से उसकी भी जानकारी आपको ज़रूर देंगे. Today Pakistan won their first encounter today, but more details coming after a very short break. 905-595-5483. South Asian Live is your community talk show for South Asians. For topic ideas and suggestions, send us an email, southasianlive@rci.rogers.com.
The opinions expressed in the following program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers or Rogers TV.
Welcome back to South Asian Live. I'm your host Yudhvir JASWAL. We're talking about the challenges faced by the South Asian woman today. We'll talk in general as well, what is the trend. Canada, as I discussed earlier as well, as far as gender equality is concerned, Canada stands at the 20th position. हमारे South Asian community में तो फिर expect किया जाता है कि ठीक है जी, जो ladies हैं जी वो घर का काम भी करें, बच्चों को भी संभालें, और हमारे साथ जो दोनों गेस्ट हैं वो कह रहे हैं कि they are very ambitious, which is good to hear. और जैसे नीरा जी ने बड़ी अच्छी बात कही कि लड़कियां भी equally ambitious होती हैं, so उनके भी ambitions होते हैं, वो भी कुछ लाइफ में करना चाहती हैं. क्या उनको फैमिली से सपोर्ट मिलती है, या उनके जो हस्बैंड हैं वो उनको सपोर्ट करते हैं, बच्चे कितने अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं, या अगर इन लॉज हैं वो कितना अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं. सो ये सारे पॉइंट्स हम बात कर रहे थे, बट वील बी टॉकिंग इन जनरल एज वेल. बट बिफोर वी डू दैट, मैं आपको बता दूं ये साउथ एशियन लाइव हमारे यहाँ क्रिकेट बड़ी पॉपुलर है. सो आई जस्ट गिव यू एन अपडेट. पाकिस्तान वन देयर ओपनिंग एनकाउंटर विद श्रीलंका टुडे. आज पहली T20 गेम थी, इसके बाद देयर इज अनदर T20 गेम, उसके बाद 5 वनडे मैचेस हैं, श्रीलंका वर्सेस पाकिस्तान, और उसके बाद फिर टेस्ट मैचेस होंगे. इंडिया, आई थिंक they're facing the rough weather. Not only the South African weather is rough, but the fast bowling जो वहाँ पर आ रही है वो भी बड़ी मुश्किल है उनके लिए. पहले दोनों वनडे इंटरनेशनल मैचेस साउथ अफ्रीका ने जीत लिए. तीसरा वनडे जो आज था that was washed out, so the South Africa has won the series 2-0 इंडिया के खिलाफ. एशेज सीरीज बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग इस समय चल रही है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया वर्सेस इंग्लैंड. पहले दोनों टेस्ट मैचेस जो हैं, ऑस्ट्रेलिया हैज वन बोथ द टेस्ट मैचेस. इट्स 2-0 एज फार एज द एशेज इज कंसर्न्ड. सॉकर वर्ल्ड कप अगले साल, यू नो, इट्स गोइंग टू बी अ वेरी इवेंटफुल ईयर नेक्स्ट ईयर। T20 वर्ल्ड कप क्रिकेट का होने जा रहा है, देन देयर इज सॉकर वर्ल्ड कप इन ब्राज़ील, और उसके जो ड्रॉज हैं वो निकल आए हैं। बहुत सारे डेथ ग्रुप्स हैं। आई नो यू मस्ट हैव ऑलरेडी पिक्ड अप योर फेवरेट टीम, वेदर इट्स जर्मनी, पोर्टुगल, स्पेन, या आप चाहते हैं कि ब्राज़ील जीते, अर्जेंटीना जीते। तो सारा कुछ आज मिडवीक अखबार में हमने जारी किया है, सो ज़रूर आप अपनी कॉपी लेके पढ़िए मिडवीक न्यूज़पेपर की, जहाँ पर ये सारी डिटेल जानकारी आपको ज़रूर मिलेगी। नेल्सन मंडेला, हमारे अपने प्राइम मिनिस्टर हार्पर साहब भी वहाँ गए हैं। व्हाट अ काइंड लेगेसी जो वो छोड़ कर गए हैं। बहुत सारे लोग कहते हैं कि जी उन्होंने आपस में जो रेशियल टेंशंस थी व्हेन ही केम आउट, यू नो, रेशियल टेंशंस को उन्होंने बहुत ज़्यादा दूर किया। अलग अलग डिफरेंट डेफिनेशंस द लेगेसी दैट ही हैज़ लेफ्ट बिहाइंड। बराक ओबामा ने अपना बयान दिया, हमारे जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर हार्पर वो वहाँ पहुँचे अपनी वाइफ के साथ, उन्होंने बयान दिया। बट आई थिंक एक बहुत बड़ा उन्होंने जो लेसन दिया, नीरज जी, मैं समझता हूँ कि उन्होंने एक बहुत बड़ा लेसन दिया। मैं चाहूँगा कि आज के टॉपिक में भी, बिकॉज दिस इज़ अनदर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट जो हम आज बात करें, देन विल गेट बैक टू आवर टॉपिक टुडे। मैं समझता हूँ कि एक वेपन उन्होंने दिया है। उन्होंने कहा कि दुनिया का जो सबसे बड़ा वेपन है, जब वो 27 साल बाद जेल से रिहा होकर आए, एंड यू नो एवरीबडी वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग, यू नो, ही मस्ट हैव बिटरनेस विद इन हिमसेल्फ, यू नो, एंड एवरीबडी वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग नाउ ही इज गोइंग टू फायर बैक, देयर विल बी पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ वेंडेटा, ही इज कम आउट ऑफ द जेल आफ्टर 27 years, and you know the whites were thinking, you know, now we're in South Africa. The whites were thinking the blacks are going to dominate. But I think the way he integrated the blacks and white, he told this is a country, let's rise above the racial issues, let's unite together, we're all South Africans now. And especially the way he united the rugby team. The rugby team was dominated by the whites, it had already been a white game, but he brought the blacks in. And you know, there was a World Cup in '94, and he supported that, and the South African team won that World Cup, and that's where I think the nation started. I think the peace building process that he started, and the biggest weapon that he gave to the world, that is forgiveness. He said there is no bigger weapon than forgiveness. And
Absolutely.
Somebody who's really, you know, been through hell,
Yes.
so when he says yes, I forgive you and let's unite together, I think he led by an example.
Yes, absolutely.
जी आप कुछ ऐड करा? forgiveness बहुत बड़ा weapon है।
मैं सिर्फ इतना ऐड करना चाहूँगी, बिकॉज अभी इंडिया में भी इलेक्शंस होकर चुके हैं, तो मैं जस्ट ये ऐड करना चाहूँगी कि किसी भी कंट्री को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए अ वेरी गुड लीडर इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। जैसे मिस्टर मंडेला मिले, उसी तरह से इंडिया को भी एक बहुत अच्छे लीडर की जरूरत है जो इंडिया को भी आगे लेके जाए मंडेला की तरह।
मंडेला, अरविंद केजरीवाल, does he fit somewhere?
I think no, I think he's a great guy, but I don't know much about his political capabilities right now, because I don't know Mr. Kejriwal so well. I have heard a lot about Mr. Modi. I support him as well, because when I went to Gujarat, I've seen a lot of improvement in Gujarat. So I think he has done amazing work in Gujarat. Right. But we still have to see what Mr. Kejriwal does.
What Kejriwal does. No doubt Mr. Mandela has left a legacy behind. And let's get back to our topic. अगर हम बात करें political, since we're discussing politics, we'll discuss the politics, who will win the Indian election. We'll leave that for some other day.
Yes.
But in politics, you know, the representation of women is quite less. That is one of the major issues. Why is that?
I think it's they don't think the woman is as competent in the leadership qualities. It's forget about the politics. I would say any kind of jobs. Like if you see the stats in Canada, I'm not even talking about the South Asian culture or in my country or something. There are only 6.5% CEOs those are female. So which is quite a very low number. So I'm not sure what's the reason behind it, or maybe they don't think like we have the decision-making ability, or we cannot be much, I can say, perform well at that kind of stressful jobs or something. But it is a quite low number, even in the politics in each country. If you look at the history of Canada, how many female prime ministers we have? Only one. And if you look at the America, it's called Mr. President. There is not even a single one.
Yeah.
So like it's not like in my culture the female is not coming out. Like if I look into these countries, like where is a female?
Yeah, just one prime minister so far in Canada, and just one, none in US, and 7 premiers as far as Canada is concerned. We just had 7 premiers.
Yes.
Though we have 2 women mayor right now. We're sitting in
so
Brampton and Mississauga.
Yeah.
But India India, I think from that perspective, South Asia is better. We had Chandrika Kumaratunga as a Sri Lankan Prime Minister, Benazir Bhutto, in Shrimati Indira Gandhi. Yeah, but now the things are changing. Do you think even at the senior positions in the public office, like Balbir ji was mentioning, कि CEOs की अगर हम बात करें या senior positions की बात करें, corporate world में या even आपके real estate में, तो थोड़ा सा सवाल खड़ा किया जाता है कि are they really competent या कहीं ना कहीं emotional हो जाएंगी, because you have to take some tough decisions जब आप उस position पे हैं.
Absolutely. I have actually seen the stats as well. Even in North America, there are not a lot of women who are at corporate level because it's a known fact that there are neurobiological differences between males and females. A long time ago, I read a book written by Dr. Bizender. It's called The Male Brain and the Female Brain. They work differently. Women are supposed to be more emotional. They are supposed to perform emotionally more than in a strong mental state. I guess that is one of the reasons that people don't consider female very competent. They feel that they may not be able to take that responsibility equally as a man would do. But I don't think there is any difference. I think if a female is ambitious, a female wants to do something, she can do it. If she can bear labor pain, she can do anything.
She can raise the kids, right? So that
absolutely.
Like even the male who's going in there and sitting in that position is raised, and all the discipline in his life and all the teachings are done by the female. So it's the female who give birth to the kings too, right? So the female can do it, and I believe like females are equally competent. And if Indira Gandhi could be the strongest prime minister, so there will be another one. So I believe like if the female wants to do it and she gets the full support from the communities, full support from her own I can say the own private own little sector, the home sector, then she'll definitely do it.
From where we started the show today, the reason मैंने ये बात की थी कि जो heroines हैं उनको बहुत कम पैसा मिलता है, हीरो सारा पैसा ले जाते हैं, because सबसे बड़ा जो concern है, सबसे बड़ा no doubt कि health की भी है, life expectancy, वैसे तो कनाडा में females have more life expectancy और even world में भी ज़्यादा है उनकी, लेकिन उसके अलावा जो सबसे बड़ा factor है, that is जो जहाँ हम कहते हैं कि yes certainly gender inequality है, वो है कि जी वेज डिफरेंस जो है वो, और कनाडा का मैं एक स्टैट आपसे शेयर करूं कि अगर हमें वाकई ही जेंडर इक्वालिटी ठीक करनी है तो स्टैट्स ये कहते हैं कि 232 इयर्स लग जाएंगे, 232 साल अभी लगेंगे अगर हम आज से उस पे सही काम, जिस पेस पे हम काम कर रहे हैं, और अगर हमें सारे फैक्टर्स ठीक करने हैं, खासकर वेज का अगर हमें ठीक करना है तो 398 लगभग 400 साल लग जाएंगे बिफोर वी हैव इक्वल वेजेस के जी, वो ये डिसाइड नहीं करेंगे. सो वेज फैक्टर जो है, बिफोर वी गो ऑन ब्रेक, क्विक 20-minute take from your side.
Yes, it is there, but I don't understand why it is there, because if the woman can go and drive a truck, woman can be a taxi driver, and those are the male dominating, I can say, the fields where women can work. Women can go into the sky and then perform there. So why it is there? Like even I have seen the people who are working in the factories, like they are working in on the line job or the packaging job, they are doing as same as the female. Yes, on those kind of jobs where the female cannot perform physically and the male is doing more than that, I can totally understand.
Yeah, we'll certainly discuss that. एक छोटी सी ब्रेक के बाद हम बातचीत जारी रखेंगे, लेकिन जहां बात आए कि ठीक है जी हमें सिर्फ दिमाग से काम करना है, वहां ये वेज गैप क्यों है. छोटी सी ब्रेक के बाद इसके बारे में बातचीत जारी रखेंगे एंड विल रैप इट अप. 905-595-5483. South Asian live poll question once again for you today. Are South Asian female entrepreneurs equally accepted by their male counterparts? You can answer A, yes. You can answer B, no. Answer at www.rogerstv.com/South Asian Live.